Hello and welcome back. So it is the beginning of April. We are going to go over what my April reading plans are, pull out the TBR jar, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video in the sense of, and this is probably going to spoil my March wrap up, I did not get to the 3 books. Sorry. I did not get to the 3 books that I wanted to get to. However, I'm almost done with Gathering of Shadows, which was my challenge book of adding like a 500-page book to my TBR. So we'll take a win where we can get it. I still read a lot, so you should still go watch the video. But basically, I'm trying to decide if I want to put these books back in the jar or if I want to bump them over to April as like my extra reads and maybe only pull 2 new books. I might do that. Other thing I will announce is I'm gonna DNF the Thursday Murder Club. I read 140 pages of it and did not care at all. And I'm so sad about it because I thought I was really gonna love this series, but this just doesn't seem like it's right for me. Thankfully, I only spent $5 on this copy at a used bookstore, and I can rehome it to someone in like a book exchange or donate it to a person who really wants to read it and enjoy it. So I'll go over the books that I'm for sure going to be reading in April, and then we'll get to the mystery element. So my book club is going to be reading Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This is a fantastic little cozy fantasy book following our main character, Emily Wilde, and she's like an academic type who wants to create the first encyclopedia documenting everything about fairies. And when she goes to the place that she's researching, her research rival is there, and his name is Wendell, and I've heard that they spark up this like little bit of relationship and they have a very fun dynamic to follow. I want to get into cozy fantasy just a bit more because I do think I would really like it, and I've heard that this is the quintessential cozy fantasy book. It will be exciting because in that book club we mostly read things that have like a fantastical element of some kind, and I have a friend who like has never read cozy fantasy, so this will be a good thing to introduce with. The other book that I'll be reading is for my horror book club. I'll be reading Don't Let the Forest In by, I think it's C.G. I almost said C.J. C.G. Drews. This is a young adult horror book, and this has like shot up the ranks in popularity. I feel like I've seen a lot of people talking about this. I actually just picked up a copy from the library because go support your local libraries. It's very important. And we follow our 2 main characters. This book is very queer as well, which I love. We need more representation in books. But it's following these 2 boys that go to the same school. One of them is like an artist, and there's like something happening in the forest around the school that they go to. One of the boys that is the artist then draws like these monsters, and they come to life in the forest then. And it's those 2 navigating not only their relationship together, but their relationship fighting against these monsters and everything. You can't tell me that this is not one of the coolest covers. I don't know if you can see on the camera if it's like shiny library cover, but the art on this just looks fantastic, and I'm really excited to see if like we get to see some of the drawings and things of the monsters with it. Then my one nonfiction book that I'm going to be reading bits and pieces of, and it's not going to be like I'm for sure going to finish this in April, but I'm going to start it, is The Real Difference Between Gen Z, Millennials, Gen X, Boomers, and Silence, and What They Mean for America's Future, aka Generations, by Jean M. Twenge. Twenge? And she has a PhD. This is deceptively a thick book. It's like 500 pages, but I am such a social psychology, sociology type nerd that I love this kind of stuff. I love anything that like has like social commentary and like takes a chunk of time and like relates it. I also just think generational differences are absolutely fascinating, and one of my good friends who has stellar book recs is reading this right now, and I want to be able to talk to her about it. So this is for sure getting added to the TBR, but we'll see when I actually come around to finishing it. I'll probably read it in like the mornings because I really love reading these kinds of things in the morning to get my brain going. Now we'll get to the jars. So I'm hoping that the one that I get in here is just like add a book or something. Otherwise I'm gonna have to get really creative. But let's see what we get here. Could be interesting. Okay, so we got a pink one. And we got the Rainbow Reading Cover Challenge. So that one is just, I have to make sure I have a color, like, or read a book that has a cover color for Roy G. Biv, basically. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or like indigo, violet, that sort of thing. So as long as I have a book that covers each of those, I will complete the challenge. Rainbow's kind of perfect for April too. I mean, it would be perfect for June with like Pride Month and everything, but April's perfect because I always think of like it rains a lot and then there's like the rainbow at the end. So cheesy, but I'm excited about this. I'm gonna pull out 3 and see what happens from there, and then I'll kind of decide what I want to do with Teller of Small Fortunes, Eliza and Her Monsters, and Ripe. Like, because they're not super long books, but I just went through such a phase this month where I was cranking through audiobooks like crazy. Okay, so let's see what our first pick is. You're not gonna believe this. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Well, that works out perfectly because that was already on the TBR. I can't make that up. You saw me pull it. Okay. Wow, that's a great start. Okay, so it is actually gonna be, I will actually pull two more then. Okay, what do we have here?
I'm in danger.
I feel like this is retribution for the last one I pulled. I got The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Ah. Way of Kings. 1,000 pages. I will at least start it. This will be good because it'll force me to start it, I guess. But it is a chunker. This is the first book in the Stormlight Archive series, and it's one of Brandy Sandy's like most popular series. There are 5 books in this one. They're all super duper long, super duper intense, but there's also a character named Kaladin in it, which is the name of my cat, so I am excited. I don't know too much other than like we follow a different cast of characters. They're all like different ages and have different parts in this story. So let me read the back and see if I can glean any extra information. I'm gonna read this little paragraph because this at least tells you who we're following. There are 4 whom we watch. The first is the surgeon, forced to forsake healing to fight in the most brutal war of our time. The second is the assassin, a murderer who weeps as he kills. The third is a liar, a young woman who wears a scholar's mantle over the heart of a thief. The last is the prince, a warlord whose eyes have opened to the ancient past as his thirst for battle wanes. I am excited to start this. I know my one friend, this is his favorite series of all time, so he'll be really excited that I get going on it. But oh my god, it is actually 1,000 pages. I've never actually read a 1,000-page book. So when I finish this, this will be the longest book I've ever read. So that's kind of cool. We'll throw that into the mix, I guess. Time for the last one. Let's see what we grab. Oh, okay, good. This one's a little bit shorter, but I got Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Oh, funny how that worked out because Piranesi and Way of Kings were kind of on my winter TBR, so it's still like, hey, you need to read us. Piranesi is a like shorter book. I think it's only like 230 pages, but it's like very Greek mythology-esque where we follow our main character and they're navigating this like house or like, I don't want to call it like a pyramid. It is a house, but it's not like any other house. It has like a mystery behind it and you watch as our main character tries to unravel the mystery. It's very like, I don't want to say fever dream-esque, but there's a lot of like mystery and magical feelings, and I'm really excited because I've heard the writing in this is like the best part of it all. A lot of people, I've not heard anyone say anything bad about this book. One thing I'm also excited about with this story is it's very epistolary in nature too. Like I think we're getting different like letters or journal entries to tell us a bit more about the story, so that is also really cool. But I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I actually bought this book in April last year, so the universe must be out to like tell me something. It's like, you need to actually read these, which is the whole point of the jar anyway. But I'm excited to get to this one too, and having a little bit of a shorter book will be a nice reprieve from Way of Kings and the other stuff that I have on here. These are all the books that are on the list that I have to read still. So I'm gonna go through and see which ones fit the prompt. There's like, for the rainbow challenge, there is a lot of blue here. So we definitely have like blue. I feel like this could count as purple, right? I'd count that as purple. So we have blue, purple, red, green. This is like close to yellow. I wouldn't say that's it just yet. Red, green, blue. Yeah, I've got like 4 of them covered here. And then I'll see like what audiobooks come in for me too, and I can count that towards there. Yep, but this is the stack I'll hopefully be getting to. Probably won't finish everything, and that's okay. This is just me trying to be accountable for reading, and it's also nice because I know where I've gotten all of these books from. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for spending some time with me today. I have an Instagram under the same handle, Pages and Pastimes, so you should totally check it out, but no pressure if not. I also have a Webtoons comic called Tales of Grandeur that I write with one of my best friends from college. He is a fantastic illustrator and I like to do most of the writing, but very creative world, and he definitely puts in the effort for it because like his drawings are just incredible, so you should check them out. I'm hoping to get some videos up this week. It's always easier to do things at the start of the month because it's, you know, the April TBR and like the wrap up afterwards, so yep. But I think by now there should be a vlog out, so you can at least go check that out, and that'll help give more context to my wrap up then too. But anyways, thank you for spending some time. I'll see you next time. Bye!